Welcome to Primary 5, third week, Integrated Science Lesson 6. We are still moving on with soil erosion. And last time, in the previous lesson, we talked about types of soil erosion, where we said that there are 6 types of soil erosion. And these were raindrop soil erosion. We had what we call sheet erosion. We had what we call rain erosion, gully erosion. We also talked about riverbank erosion, and that's the wind erosion. Today, we are looking at how to control soil erosion. We know soil erosion destroys our crops. It's very dangerous in our soil. So how can we control soil erosion? One, we are saying that by mulching, and we shall see what mulching is. We are supposed to carry out crop rotation. There's also planting windbreaks, like trees that can act as windbreaks. Then control plowing, terracing, intercropping, agroforestry, cover cropping, and strip cropping. So, those are some of the ways we can control soil erosion. However, we are going to look at each method into details. And here we are beginning with mulching, where we are saying that mulching is the covering of soil with dry plant materials. Mulching is the covering of soil with dry plant materials. Now, sometimes they can ask you a question: how does mulching control soil erosion? How does mulching control soil erosion? Here is your answer. Mulching controls soil erosion by reducing the strength of the raindrops. By reducing the strength of the raindrops. Remember, we said that one of the types of soil erosion we have raindrop erosion or splash erosion. Now, when you mulch your garden, you cover the topsoil with dry plant materials, and these raindrops come to hit the bare ground. It will find when the bare ground is already covered with what? Dry grass or dry leaves. So these dry leaves reduces that strength. If it's coming with a lot of force, when it reaches the dry leaves, before it reaches the soil, the strength is already done. So it's only just what now reaching the what? The soil. So there will be no splashing of the soil from its original position due to the reduced strength in the raindrop. So mulching is very important in our garden. Now, we have what we call mulches. When we talk about mulches, these are materials, these are dry plant materials that we use to cover our garden. Are you together? Mulches are dry plant materials that are used for mulching the garden or for covering the soil. What are they? Some of the examples of these materials, what we call mulches, we have the dry maize plants. After harvesting your maize, those plants of the plant maize, don't just burn them. Cut them, allow them to dry, and put them in the garden. Use them to mulch the garden. 2, we have what we call dry grass. Dry grass can also act as very good mulches. We don't use the raw grass or the one which is still fresh, because this fresh grass can rejuvenate, can grow into weeds. That's why we want those ones which are dry. We have dry leaves. We can also use coffee husks. Like in Uganda here, people grow coffee, and they can easily access to coffee husks. Then we have wood shavings. Wood shavings, when you go to areas where they carry out, where they make furniture from, they have very many wood shavings down there, left there. You can carry those wood shavings, take in the garden, and use them for mulching the garden. We can also use sawdust. Sawdust can be found in areas where they are carrying out lumbering, cutting trees for timbers. Then those dust particles which come after when they are carrying out lumbering. So you can also use those sawdust for mulching the garden. So when you use these materials, they have added advantage apart from just only controlling soil erosion. However, they can also help us in the following ways. So we have other importance of mulching the garden. Now when you mulch the garden using these materials, one, you are conserving soil moisture. You are maintaining moisture in the soil since this mulches reduce on the rate of evaporation of water vapor from the soil. So you are maintaining soil moisture or conserving soil moisture. Mulching also helps to control weeds. There are weeds which can be easily controlled by mulching. Remember that when you are mulching, you are suppressing these weeds from growing, or you are cutting off sunlight supply to these weeds. So some of them may not access the sunlight since they are covered by the what? By the mulches. So they end up dying. Then we have improved soil fertility. Mulching improves soil fertility in the way that when you mulch your garden using this plant material, these plant materials are biodegradable. What does it mean? It means that they can easily rot and form humus. So when you put there your grass, dry maize plants, these materials can dry, they can rot and easily form humus. And when they make humus, they make the soil fertile and your plants will enjoy the nutrients from the soil. So, here's the end of our lesson, and we are having the activity still as other lessons have been, where we are supposed to answer them and hand in the book for marking. And those who are very far, you know the method of sending online and be marked. Thank you for listening. We meet in the next lesson. See you.